Hi, this is Jacqueline here with the Grow Program. Thank you for growing with me on today. Oh boy, what a journey we've been on. This has been a journey. I'm telling you, honey, I done seen some friends come and go. And some old friends I've been friends with long time, honey. A long time, like coffee and Pepsi. Them things had to go. I had to let them things go, honey, as much as I love Pepsi. See, that's what you do. Start thinking about how you remember how it tastes. That way, then you just remember it tastes good. Don't buy no Pepsi. You remember how it tastes? Pepsi ain't good for you. Pepsi is good, honey. I love Pepsi. And I ain't even gonna knock Pepsi. Go on, drink your Pepsi. I ain't gonna knock Pepsi. I just can't do it. I can't drink Pepsi. I love it. So I have to leave soda alone, really. And coffee, honey. I've been in a relationship with coffee since I was a little girl. Since we riding in the car. And my mama didn't have no cup holders in the car. We had them little things you could stick in the window and in the window when the window was down, but wasn't no cup holders. I was the cup holder. So I would hold her cups, and when she went in the store or something, honey, I would sip off them cups. And she said she knew it. But yeah, I sipped off them cups. And so that's how I love coffee, and that's how I fell in love with Pepsi. I mean, a lifelong over 40 years, me and them together. We've been together a long time. I love everything about Pepsi. Just the name Pepsi. Who comes up with something like that? Make it taste good like that. Anyway, God is good though. So, it's time to say goodbye. This is the end, friend. Today, every morning, I used to get up, oh my God, every day chasing down coffee. Where is the coffee? Running and get the coffee cup. Heating, microwave, doing this. Gotta buy a kettle, gotta buy this. It's been over 40 years, honey, with coffee. And that's gotta come to an end too. Because it's time to do different. I got to grow too. I'm still growing, honey. God is still doing the work in me, and there's a breakthrough coming. It's a breakthrough coming my way just as sure as it's coming your way. God ain't through with me. I got so many breakthroughs already though, honey. I could tell you some stuff you wouldn't believe, but we're going to save it for later. I can't tell you all of it now. We got to save it, honey. Got to save some of it because Rome wasn't built in a day, and the way God is moving, honey, I'm telling you, we growing so. The way God is moving, it's just a matter of time. All we need is just a little time. Just keep growing. Keep growing in God, because we are doing wonderfully. All over the United States, from coast to coast, from Alaska to Hawaii, all up and down California coast, all down in Georgia, all over Texas, just everywhere, growing in God. That's what we're doing, because God is moving. We are growing in God. We are growing over the oppression. We are rising to reach our greatness in God. So as we rising to reach our greatness in God, this is what's happening, kings and queens. We sloughing off all this old stuff, like the Pepsi and the cigarettes and the coffee and whatever, the alcoholism. I know those are things I had to let go of, and coffee was really the hardest, and it's a struggle. It's some other stuff. It's a struggle, honey, trying to overcome and rise. It's a battle, but the battle is God's. It is God's battle, honey. And all we got to do is just keep on pressing toward the mark of the high calling of God. Keep looking to God. Because I will tell you this. I'm going to tell you something. I ain't no better than you. I ain't no better than nobody. It's just that I got it together, honey. I had to grow. I had to grow in God. God had to show me what to do. The way, God, how do I overcome? I've been battling all my life, Lord. Now I'm dealing with this. I'm in another haunted house. I'm dealing with narcissism. What else now, God? What else do I have to do? See, because the signs of narcissism were always there, and I never believed it, just like everything else that he said. I never believed it until I could not believe it anymore. When you admit it and say it pretty much in front of a judge, then that's it. And you done gave me all the documentation. You put it in writing. You gave it to me in writing so that I meant nothing. So there's that. I had to grow from that. I had to rise. And then trusting. That's another thing. That's another issue that I got to get through. I got to begin to trust again. But I'm gonna tell you something. Growing in God, honey, God is good. Growing in God, that's the way. That's the only way. I mean, God is the better way, because we've been doing it the other way and beating ourselves up, beating our head up against the wall, honey. Ships lost in uncharted waters. Forgot where we came from, don't know where we going. Somebody told me today he a Hebrew Israelite. Well, that's fine. We could be all kind of things. We could be this, that, and the other. We could be, I've been called so many names. But one thing I do know is that I'm an African, and all life came from Africa. Where we went after that, see, because look, I'm gonna tell you something. I love California so much. Excuse me. I love California so much. I gotta keep it real. I love California so much that I consider myself a California native. But I wasn't born in California, honey. But I'm a California native. So there you go. He said he a Hebrew Israelite. Well, fine. I'm a California native. We be what we want to be. But I'm going to tell you one thing we going to do. We going to grow in God. We going to rise over this oppression. I told him, okay, that's fine. You be that. But here you go. Let's grow in God. Let's reach our greatness in God. Let's go ahead and grow together. See, I don't what your denomination is or whatever you got, whatever you're doing. Just keep doing you, but be the best you that you can be. Be the best you in God. Show God, that you can reach your great. Show God. God, look, I'm tell you what, God, you been there for me all this time. You done pulled me out of such and such. God, I remember when you was there with such and such. I remember, God, when I didn't have nobody and I called on you. Okay, so now God done all of this over your life. God done brought you through, conqueror. God done brought you through, warrior. Now it's time to turn it over. Now it's time to lay down your life and give it to God. Lay down your ways and do it God's way. Lay down and get out the spiritual warfare. Lay that down. Lay everything down. Lay the Pepsi down. Lay the cigarettes down. Lay the coffee down. Lay the stuff down that you know ain't no good for you, that the doctor done told you it's time to leave that alone. But now you want to keep on doing it your way because you think you know better. You think you know how to do this. You think you know how to do that. But when it's not good for your body, honey, I'm telling you, we got an expiration date. And when it's not good for your body, what you're doing is you pushing the expiration date on sooner. Because they all going to expire at one time or another. But what you doing, you making it faster to leave up out of here. And we already got a spiritual warfare that's going on with us, that's pushing us on up out of here. Let's not try to push ourselves on out of here faster. As I'm growing on this journey, I've learned a lot of things that's going on in the world with people who are under oppression. I hear a lot of stories. I hear a lot, and it's overwhelming. But I can't absorb it to the point where it takes my spirit and my joy. I cannot do that. So I have to put blockers up. But at the same time, I have to work on a solution. I have to be part of the solution and not part of the problem. Because as people are telling me what's going on in different places, we got to do something about it. We got to make it better. How are you a government and you're not for the people? How are you a government and you're going to sit by and watch the people suffer? How are you a government and you're going to allow the people to go through? You're going to allow the people to die? You see the people sitting there begging for food, crying, there ain't no food. We in a pandemic. You got some countries who look out for their citizens and some countries who don't. I ain't called nobody out here. I'm just going to work on trying to make it better. That's what I want to do. Not call nobody out, but make it better. Make things better all around the world, so that we can all rise. What is it for one country to rise and the other country is falling? There are people there. There are people that are falling. There are people that are being failed by the oppression. So we, people who are able to do something, even if it's just using your voice. If you see something, say something. Let's do something. Let's grow. Let's grow in God. Let's rise. Let's rise to reach our greatness. Because as we growing, honey, I'm telling you, as we growing, my goal is to lift the oppressed all around the world. I'm telling you, honey, I got things in motion right now, things I'm planning on doing. I'm going to lift the oppressed. No, there's no reason there should be street children. And people hungry, people starving, people dying in the street because they have no food, dying without food. I got food. I don't even want to eat it. I'm going to tell you something. When I was 17, I suffered through anorexia. It was a little stint then, just a little stint, but I had it. but it done came back full steam. And the oppression that I listen to, the oppression that I'm talking about, yeah, it affects me. It bothers me. It makes me not want to eat. To think about somebody else not eating. No, I don't want to eat. I don't want food, but I know I have to have food. I cannot go without food. So not much longer. I got about maybe 20 more pounds I could lose. I lost about 70, right about 70 pounds, honey, since I started this movement really at the end in October, at the end of August. In October, it was October, and I've lost all this weight, but I have threw myself into the movement. I really have. Threw myself into my work, threw myself into God's work. And so yeah, the weight then came off. But now we got a problem. So I got to start eating. But the thing of it is, I don't eat what I used to eat. I don't eat pork. I don't eat meat. I don't eat, barely eat any kind of chicken. Barely. If I do, I go to church and get a chicken sandwich or, make a little something at home. But honey, I really don't eat meat no more. I cut that all out because meat takes so long to digest in your body. So I really done cut out the meat, eat a lot of vegetables, pasta, rice, different things like that, fruit. And then the eggs, I cut out the egg yolks. I don't eat a lot of egg yolk no more. It's just something about the yolk, that never did sit right with me. So when I scramble, if I scramble 2 eggs, I may just use 1 yolk, and the other egg white, 2 egg whites and 1 yolk. And there you go, some salt and pepper and a fork. That's all you need. And eat that. So I'm just telling you, and I got to keep it real. I want you to know exactly who you listening to, honey. So you don't know that. Well, no, I didn't know that. No, see, I want you to know exactly who you listening to. I want you to know my life is an open book. It really is. I tell you everything on this podcast, been on here, 7 months. And I talked about just about everything under the sun. It's a lot of oppression that we dealing with. And we got to rise. We got to grow from it. We got to kind of make a little light, because see, we can't cry. We can't be sad. We can't be woe is me, honey. We got to rise from this. We got to grow from this. God is moving. The wind is changing and God is moving. God has started a movement, honey. God always had a plan. That's why Dr. King had a great big smile on his face, because he knew that God had a plan. God's plan was being put in motion. It don't matter that you killed the messenger, honey. The message is still going forth. It's a movement that's still going, that is unstoppable. Really, honey, it done grew on. I'm trying to catch up with it. It's growing. Grow is global. It's worldwide. Started from a haunted house where the evil had no power. And I saw that for myself, where God rose up in the midst of evil on my behalf, on my defense, because I didn't have nobody. I didn't even have my husband. I didn't have nobody to turn to. I was backed up against the wall with the evil, and so, but God is real, honey. So that's why I'm here to tell you. And God sent me to tell you that, God is real. Now we're going to do it a better way. We're going to grow over this oppression, because, see, we're not going to continue to be a part of the spiritual warfare, dabbling in and out, getting in and out, going over here, doing this, going over that. Either just do it righteously. Do everything righteously. Then you won't have to go back and undo nothing. See, because I learned that when I used to do stuff messed up, I had to go back and fix it. So let's do it right the first time. Then we won't have to go back and fix nothing. Let's just proceed forth with forgiveness, proceed forth in God, proceed forth in righteousness, proceed forth in love, because God is love. Sow love and grow love. Watch your harvest grow. Watch what happens around you. It's going to draw people to you, honey. It's not, and those who are against you, it's going to take them right on. You'll see, love drives out hate. That's Dr. King's statement. And it's a true statement. It really does. Love drives out hate. And I saw it with my own eyes. So he was right. The freedom fighters were right. The messages of love. So we got to drive the evil out, drive the hate out, and make the world great. That's what we got to do. Because right now, as it is, it's burning on fire. We living in hell. Yeah, it's hot. It's summertime getting ready to be. But honey, it's worse than that. The earth, the world is on fire with evil. But thus saith the Lord, my will shall be done on earth as it is in heaven. So get with that program. That is the program, honey. That is the program, the grow program. My will shall be done on earth as it is in heaven. So I'm going with God's program. I don't know what the evil gonna do. I don't know what the evil got planned. See, I don't sit up and focus on the evil. I don't watch the evil. I don't look and see what the evil gonna do. I worry about God. See, because I know that greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. So see, I look to the Lord. I don't worry about what this evil gonna do over here. I just look to God. Well, God, you know. God, you already got a plan going. I'm going with your plan, God. Whatever it is today, I'm doing. We going with the Lord. I'm not worrying about the spiritual warfare and what the spiritual warfare got going on over there. So let's rise, people. Let's rise to reach our greatness. Rise up in God. Rise up and let's go, people. I'm serious. We finna rise up in God. We finna grow. Tell your people to grow. Greatness reached over oppression through wisdom all over the world. Let's say it one more time. Greatness reached over oppression through wisdom all over the world. Let's rise. I love you.